Hi, I'm Lara Savory. In this presentation, I'm going to be talking about how to support writers through using online tools. During the presentation, I'm going to talk to you about a range of different online tools, skills and opportunities you can use to really make the most for all your writers, regardless of their ability, confidence and enthusiasm. As teachers, we really know the difference it makes if children feel that the writing they're doing has got an actual purpose and a real audience in mind. Making use of internet options really helps this. For instance, they can feel that what they're doing is something that's going to be read by people in the real world, rather than just marked by a teacher. We all know there are some children who find writing really difficult, and being able to give them some sort of justification for their effort, rather than just their teachers seeing what they've written, makes a real difference for them. It answers the "why should I bother doing that" sort of question. Many schools decide that what they want to do is use an immediate audience, a safe audience, the class that they're working with, or maybe another class within the school. This works really well. However, there are times when actually to really get the most out of your children, they need a wider audience. They might need to write for the wider school community, or maybe even engage in a bigger global project. There are several of these available, things such as the Quad Blogging Project, and also 100 Word Challenge and the 5-Sentence Challenge, which enable children from schools all over the world to write for each other and to respond to each other's writing. Have a listen to what Neil Loftus, Year 4 teacher at Eccleston Lane Ends Primary School, thinks about the effect of audience on the writing of the children in his class.
Life has improved writing skills at Year 4 because the children are aware that whenever they write something in their books, it's not just me that's going to be reading it. It's going to be the rest of the class as well. It's a bigger audience really. Because they know that their friends are going to be reading their work, they're very precise about the type of language they use or sentence structure, and they spend a bit more time on the punctuation because they don't really want to look silly in front of their friends. They want to make sure that what they produce is of a good quality. So when their friends are giving feedback about the writing, there's already a good standard there before their friends have even read it.
So here we are at the Eccleston Lane Ends Life site. We're going to go to Neil's Year 4 class and look at the work they've been doing on the literacy page. They've been capitalising on the snowy weather and doing some descriptive wintry writing. In this forum, Neil's embedded a link to a video and given the children clear instructions about what he's after and also what he wants them to really focus on. As we scroll through the forum, you get a real sense of the children's enthusiasm. Many of them have remembered to highlight the connectives, so it's really clear to them whether they've met that objective, and several of them have also given each other feedback. Transition provides an excellent context for students to write with a real purpose. As part of our new Life Path product, each school has a transition area created for their use. A key element of this area is the About Our School wiki. Year 7s write the content for this, and then Year 6s give them comments about how this information has been useful. The Life Wiki is simple to use. The Year 7s click in the article they wish to edit and use the familiar looking text editor to write the content. This is then saved and ready for everyone else to view. One of the great opportunities provided by using a learning platform like Life is the ability to embed multimedia into anything you're doing, to add audio, visuals and even movies so that you can really engage all of the learners in your class. Everyone gets inspired by different things, and this is a way that you can really grab the attention of children and give them those ideas that they find very difficult to access. We're all aware of how hectic and fast-paced the world is, how many images and ideas are going around, how many computer games children are playing. Sometimes you can't beat that, so you have to join it. Being able to add multimedia into what you're doing gives the children that excitement that they're getting out of school, and they can really see that they can use the same ideas that they're seeing outside, inside. The final thing to think about is if you're using something like a movie clip, rather than just watching it once on an interactive whiteboard in your lesson, the children can review it again and again if it's embedded on your learning platform. They can pause it at the places that they really want to focus on and then use that inspiration to provide some excellent writing. I thought I'd just show you how easy it is to add a few pieces of multimedia content into Life. Here, I've created a blog to be used to give students a spark of inspiration for their writing. But the same method is used to add content into any collaborative Life resource, such as a wiki, forum, or our virtual post-it notes, or indeed onto a Life page. Embedding a video is done by choosing the embed option. Then you paste in the video code. It really is as simple as that. And the video appears. Sound clips can be recorded straight into Life using our inbuilt sound recorder. These will then play. And images can be uploaded, either individually, as I'm showing here, or in bulk for later use, via drag and drop. Definitely easier than walking along that cliff path. The web is full of wonders a lot bigger than just a video clip. There are so many really exciting online tools that you can use. The thing that we like about Life is you can bring those tools and embed them right into your learning platform so that students can use those tools to inspire their writing without even having to leave the area you've created for them. There are also lots of opportunities for real-time online collaboration. Many schools are embedding things like Google Docs and Primary Pad, where several children can all write at the same time and see what they're doing together. So it's no longer an isolated activity, but writing becomes something that you can do with other people. There are several partners that we choose to work with in Life, such as Purple Mash. Their resources are fantastic. We love them and we like the integration, but you might like something different. We don't lock it down as to you use this, we make the decision. The decision's for you to make. You find something you like, you bring it into Life. That means that something that's not even around yet, you can use as soon as it's available, rather than having to wait for us to decide it's something that should become part of our product. This really gives you lots of opportunities to find the things that work for your students and inspire their writing. In a similar way to when I showed you how to embed a video earlier, resources created using a wide range of online tools can also be embedded into Life. One of my favourite online tools is Storybird. The images available really help to give students the sense that they're creating something of great quality, and they're generally keen to lift their game so that they can ensure their writing reaches a similar standard. As an enthusiastic user of TuSimple software to motivate children in many of my classes when I was still teaching, I'm really excited that we're now in a position to integrate Purple Mash into Life. Schools with a Purple Mash subscription will be able to access it from the Life Cloud tab. There are so many activities that will get Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2 writers really enthused. Teachers can even choose activities that they think will really motivate their writers and embed these straight into Life. That's something that makes me want to get back into the classroom and try it out for myself. Some children love writing. They'll write about whatever you give them. But for others, actually, they don't want to write about how to make a jam sandwich if that's not something they're interested in. What they want is a sense of control over what they can write about. One of the features of Life is the My Life area. Each student has got their own separate place where they can take full control. They can have a page that they can use, and they can create their own wikis or forums to write about the things that they're interested in. This really makes a difference to those children who want the choice about what they should write about. If that's what it's going to take to make them into confident writers, let's make the most of it. Here's Neil again, talking about how his children respond to using their My Life area.
I've discovered My Life and I want to use it because basically it allows the children to choose what they want to do. It's their own little area that they can put posties in, wikis in, and they can decide what the subject is going to be and what they're going to write on the Life Learning Cloud. I mean, some of them want to do wikis on Liverpool Football Club, Everton Football Club. Some of them want to do it about computer games. Some of them just enjoy writing stories, so they're asking which would be the best thing to write a story on. Would it be a postie? Would it be a blog? Another group of children it really inspires as well is boys, because they have that kind of freedom to really write about the things that they're personally interested in. So they will choose football, they will choose the latest computer game they're on, they'll choose whatever they want really, but because they can do what they want, they're more likely to have a go at it when they get home, rather than something that's been set for them.
As I mentioned before, the importance of sharing ideas makes a real difference to many children's writing. It's not just the synchronous collaboration, such as Google Docs, but life is full of collaborative tools, forums, wikis, posties, where students can actually write together, respond to each other, and again have a real purpose. One of the really good uses of these is to create example banks. Students can then use each other's ideas to inspire them and to help them along the way. It can also work really well to create pass it on activities. The sort of thing where one student starts a story, then the next student comes in, adds another bit. You can do these in the classroom, but being able to do them online means students can carry on at home, and they often love to do that. Here's Natasha Kramer talking about how she used example banks to really help her students writing in Spanish A-level.
The way I've been using Life has been for both an academic and a pastoral perspective, is that I've been using it with my Year 13 class, and we've used a wiki, an interactive wiki, for the play we've been studying, and they've built up a quotes and examples bank that they can then use when they're writing their essays, and they've built that up partly in lessons and partly at home, and it covers the entire play, and it's made it much more user-friendly, and it's made the whole process 100 times quicker than when we did it in class, and very much.
The power of feedback is nothing new. Being able to give children specific pointers on what's going well and what they need to improve on makes a real difference. The way this is even better when you're working online is that can happen anytime from anyone. Sometimes getting your feedback from one of your friends can be easier to receive than from a teacher. Sometimes you care about it more. And it's also really helpful if you get it that day or even that minute, rather than having to wait for someone to mark your books. The great thing about doing this in Life is that not only can children see the changes they've made, they can track them and see how their writing's developed very easily, and the teacher can too. If you combine this with really getting your children to focus on modelling how a good response should look, that works even better. Let's hear what Harry at Eccleston Lane End says about this.
The thing that I like about Life is that when people do like a piece of work, other people can have a look what the other person's done and comment. So when they come back on it, they can click on the comments. So then they can improve. They can look at it and say, "Oh yeah, I'll put that in my work next time."
So before we finish, just a few thoughts to take away with you. Don't forget to exploit the potential of an audience. Remember the power that multimedia has to inspire pretty much all of your writers. Find a way to encourage their ownership and individuality. And most importantly, be a virtual magpie. There are loads of good tools, good ideas and good resources out there. Make the most use of them. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you find those ideas and tools really useful for supporting your writers.